The strange little fairy was unaware I know not all fays are good and kind and can be things of nightmares. I learned that whatever shape I take in this world I am no matter what I am on earth, so being a child they treated me like a foolish child who would blindly follow them to fairy world as he was calling it. The moment I changed into my lucid state, the little guy smiled and got excited to see how much power I had and said in a rhyme, "You may be a fairy, but you're still not our kind. So your body and soul shall be mine." This sleep session I hit REM sleep and Dolly helped me to control my aura and move it around using my crystal as a base. I could feel energy moving around almost like how I have out of bodies I had over the years. Moving energy around, I was able to draw energy from the light coming into my window and visualize it going into my crystal and feel the energy as well. Watching light turn into light fairies and fly into my jewel, I was not aware I fell asleep. I was overlooking the dream world and watching the dream people live their lives and enjoy the dream realm, and that filled my heart with joy. I want to keep the dream people safe from nightmares who invade these worlds.
Brother and a stranger? Come on, Dolly, we need to follow them.
After moving from many parts of this city made up of my memory and twisted visuals, I was being looked at, so I made a portal to get out this city and we ended up in a fairy world. My brother and the stranger was annoyed but followed me as the world changed my appearance. The great fairy of this world saw my brother and the stranger and was not pleased, but when she saw Dolly and she smiled, and smaller fairies came and gave me shiny rocks and flowers and made in a state of whimsy to the point I would fly with them with glee into a forest. My astral device could see behind me as a third eye, and I can see my brother and the stranger trying to find something. Deep in the mines we found orcs and goblins and others mining jewels and being tormented by the fairies. As they say, underground is where the wicked and ugly must stay. The surface is for the pretty little fays. As they went on, I was picked up and turned around so I can see my brother and the stranger. The great fairy held me like I was a baby ready to be burped and watched as she told my brother and the stranger that they can try to free them, but the seal won't be broken and they can't stop what has been in place for years. After that she pat my back 3 times and a big pair of butterfly wings appeared on my back and I was airlifted out the mines while in a state of whimsy until I reconnected to my body in the forest. After saying goodbye to our fairy friends, I looked up the stairs and saw my brother with a swirl of darkness going around him as his skin changed colors and looking sinister. He said in a demonic voice,
I feel like smashing some fairy creatures after what we just saw.
When he said smashing, my body changed for battle and I noticed Dolly and I was dressed like Color 3 Pyra and Mithra, but before we can even fight. After I was given a plush of some kind of sprite, Dolly and her sprite and I rested on a spot for us and I fell into sleep and the dream was over. The blue crystal the fairies gave me was very shiny and looked like an entire world was inside of it. I would look deep into the crystal till I saw a spirit in a shape I could not make out. As I watched it move around like a fish or flying like a ghost, I would end up getting pulled into the crystal and becoming the spirit. After the strange man with the butterfly mask removed his mask and showed his demonic face, Dolly and I was greatly freaked out, but we did not know if he was testing us or waiting to see if we would attack him, but we waited and he got bored and began to send this dream world into hell. The man put the mask back up and snapped his fingers. After that the world began to make a weird music and everyone in the castle was moving at a very fast and reality was on fast forward speed and made Dolly and I wanted to get out of the building.
Everyone is moving too fast and it's freaking me out!
Once we left the castle we saw the sun and moon going up and down and reality of this dream world was going too fast and backwards. I saw the demon on top of the castle doing the T-pose while a giant heart was pinned down and beating fast. Dolly and I had to remove this nightmare. The entire dream space was wiped out due to that demonic nightmare and Dolly and I was left in the darkness. Dolly told me, "Don't feel bad, you can't save everyone. Don't get upset or feel bad or negative spirits and nightmares will be drawn to you, so think about happy things and clear your mind of this failure." After that we prepared to war. After forcing the nightmare into a small light butterfly, the butterfly flew away sadly as it began to fade away forever. I seem to have emulated Lucid from MapleStory to erase this nightmare. As I looked at the fairies and made sure they was safe, and after telling them, everything is okay now that I removed the nightmare, I fell into deep sleep and this dream was over. I was expecting to end up in my castle as a starting point, but I was at the beach and in summerwear and saw the bunny princess and empress and a few fairy friends getting ready for a beach day. They was happy to see Dolly and I show up, and we had a fun time at the Lucid Beach. While the rest went to get some snacks and drinks and check around the place. Dolly and I was using magic to make a sand castle when my halo star noticed the purple rival magical girl giving us the evil eye. I started to get upset because I know what she is about to do. After I learned the purple girl name is Kiki, I was told by the leader of the rival magical girls that my being here is taking all the cuteness away from Kiki and need to leave. To not sound like mean girls, they wanted to find some common ground and told me, "You can have the sea. You always turn into a mermaid when you see water or enter water," and by that logic, they wanted to keep the beach as their turf and I can be a mermaid all I want, but I had company and wanted to play at the beach and stand my ground, but before I can leave to go play. I was still lucid, but Dolly and I was now stuck as water sprites due to the body's prism black forced us into, and now have to be in a water sprite dream with a lot of our powers sealed away. I guess we have to be helpless water sprites and swim for Lord knows how long. The way we went from underwater to a land area reminded me of Spyro 3 Year of the Dragon. Now in an arena where a bunch of people was waiting for a battle to start, I learned why this body was a curse. I could not get my tail to push my body up and for a good while I was flopping around like an eel on land. The moment I changed my body by force to be able to stand on land, the body would only allow me to be a snake woman to fit with the mermaid theme. I made my astral device turn into my staff and waited for the boss, but nothing happened for a while. The moment my rattle lifted, I turned to see. I was expecting to end up back at the arena ready to be killed by the jackal again. I instead was back at the beach, and the bunny princess and empress was wondering where I went and was looking for me and was happy to see me and wanted to have more fun at the beach. I heard Prism Black getting mad, and as soon as I saw her moving her fingers to cast a spell, I had to act fast. With a quick wave of my hand, the rival magical girls was now made of sand and looking at me with an annoyed look on their face. I pointed my finger and I watched them blow away in the wind going away. I am not sure if I got rid of them for good or will they just show up another time to ruin my dream day. Nothing much happened after we played at the beach.
Why was I singing? I'm a cleaning.
My dream body fell into this world and was not active until my soul connected to wake my dream body and see this world. I noticed the snow was cleared away from my body and crystal by the big monster. The monster was waiting to see my reaction but was shocked that my little sprite body walked up to the monster and thanked him. I appear to be able to see around myself and over my head as if my body is an avatar I must guide and have some control over. The monster spoke with his mind and asked me,
Why are you not afraid of me like the people below?
My sprite spoke before I could and said, "You're not scary, you don't have an evil aura. You don't scare me like nightmares do and I don't feel I am in danger so I can trust you." This made the monster's mouth form a smile. I somehow knew that I needed to walk to an altar my halo star can see. It was not a long walk but I had to move in that snow that was on the ground. The snow in the air was not making contact with the ground here as if the snow is just a weather effect and this ground snow is something else. As I watched my little sprite shuffle her little body holding the aura crystal to the wall of snow to try and get to the altar to place the crystal. The monster stopped us and began to slash and cut the snow to make a path. I was thinking, this is great. Now the spirit fire on the crystal won't go out due to the snow in our way. We made it to the top and my sprite did a cute little happy dance. The crystal made a veil around us and I was now up in the air watching this play out with Dolly. We can see the monster was in great pain. My sprite went to the monster and rested next to him. This reminded me of a cat we raised who was about to die and my girl cat stayed by his side till he passed away. The moment I started to think about my cats, this world story began to fill my mind. In this world humans was as small like children and this monster wanted to live in the same world as them but he scared them and they would attack and try to kill him. He hated the way the humans treated him but would not cause them any harm. He was chased to the cursed mountain where the snow on the ground will kill those who goes there. He was waiting to die when he met me as a fairy and made him want to make his last seconds in this world good. my legs or tail was lifted up as I was sliding backwards, and the astral flames made my hands hurt.
I can still feel the flames. Seconds later, I went astral again.
After the spinning stopped, I was hovering like in Kingdom Hearts when you lose your heart over my body, while the flames made my hands and arms hurt until I fell back into my body.
airplane and flying spirits, and so much that is too much for me to draw. So let's end the lightning round and get back to the movie.
Okay, little dreamer, I want you to fight me with all you got. Don't hold back and give it your all. Let me see how strong you are, little fairy. Can a fairy beat an angel? After her body exploded, I was rewarded her form and was told that I am now an angel in her eyes. I held out the rabbit that is often on my head that she takes when she is around. She was happy. We flew away till things went bright and hazy. This was the perfect way to end this movie. Thank you for watching. I am taking a long vacation from videos to ease my mental health and just relax.